What Are We Doing podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name is Levi McCurdy, and this is episode 118. Is that where we're at? Okay, great. Love that for us. Listen, I know it's late. We usually drop on Friday. Well, hey, woohoo, guess what? We're changing that now. So I'm probably gonna be dropping the pod like on Mondays now. We're probably gonna record, edit, and release on Mondays just because it's gonna be a little bit easier on the schedule. So just moving forward, and Fridays, they're always so rushed and things come up last minute on Fridays, and then there's just not enough time in the day and too many holidays and things fall on Fridays, and Mondays are just easier to do things on anyways. And so we're gonna probably start dropping on Mondays. So we'll see if I can keep up that schedule for the time being, which I should be able to. Shouldn't be too difficult to make the transition. Here we are now. Happy Cyber Monday, everybody. Let's address the elephant in the room. Okay, we decorated. Look at me. We're festive now. Okay, we might have more additions to the room. Okay, but the tree looking good. Did that all on my own. Thought I would have need Meg's help. Nope, didn't. Did it all on my own. Not a big deal. Got it all set up. Need to get some ornaments. I have like these SpongeBob figurines, and I'm gonna have these like McDonald's Disney figurines soon from the boys' Happy Meals that I think we just need some string or some form of like attachment. I think you can just get hooks or wire or something, and I'm going to put them, make it like, you know, nerd Christmas tree in the background. So that'll be great. And then to this lovely side of me is pretty much our other Christmas movie obsession corner. Okay, so you can see directly behind me, you kind of have to look through. Unfortunately, I think the microphone stand might be blocking the view, but we've got on the shelf back there, we relocated Charizard, and we've got our National Lampoon Christmas card game. We've got our Harry Potter Advent calendar. Shout out to Paul, host of the High Cheese podcast. Show it love while they're on hiatus. You know what I mean? He's not putting out new podcast in the wintertime for whatever reason. It's fine. I'm going to get him on this one for part of our December series that I'm going to be talking about here in a minute. So it's okay. We'll get him back on the scene because he's got a new microphone on the way anyways. So shout out to him. He got me that Harry Potter Advent calendar, and it's dope. So I can't wait until December 1st, which we're only like, what, three-ish days away. So we're a few days away from December, and then whenever we land on like a Monday or whatever, I'll, pull it out, or I'll display it on the pod, or it'll be on our Instagram or something, probably when I open the Harry Potter Advent little guys. You get a little Funko every day leading up to, the Christmas. And so that'll be fun. So that's back there. And so that made up that shelf. And then we've also got the Christmas Vacation Funko. He's back there too, in a protective case, of course. And then this shelf is hosting my latest creation. I made this 3 months ago. I came up with this contraption / idea 3 months ago. So I had these pins. I had these Clark and Cousin Eddie pins. And they're just like little figure Funko, but they're like pins. You can put them on a backpack if you want or whatever. And so I had them in this box. And I thought this box is the perfect size. It was the perfect size for the boy's iPad mini that he had that is broken. It doesn't really work all that well. It's too slow for the boy and his attention span, so we had to get him a new one. And so the old one, I knew there was something I wanted to do with it, and this was it. So I took out all the insides, and I cut a hole in it so the charger would fit, and like I turned on some settings and stuff. So now the box that the pins came in is the picture frame holding the iPad, and you can't see that it's an iPad. It just looks like this is the box with the movie in it, and I just have the movie downloaded on the iPad, and it just plays it 24/7. So this will be on in the studio for the foreseeable future, just in the background on 24/7 until the iPad inevitably explodes. So that, I mean, I'm sure the iPad that's probably coming soon. But you know, I think for the next few months it should be fine. And then I'm sure the battery will just like give out or whatever, but you know, it's dope. So I love it. I made it and it's cool. And so I took the pins out of the box, and I've also got the car. The car's back here. The car is so cool. We got these at Home Depot. We got 2 of them, and it's just, you know, man, it's that time of year. It's Christmas time. So everyone's festive. Everyone's ready. Everyone's, all the lights are up. We got the inflatable Grinch going. We got the boy and inflatable Minion this year, so that's rocking. We've got the colored lights around the outside of the house. It's looking good. We got the tree up downstairs because we had to get a new tree this year, of course. And so we got the new tree downstairs, and then this tree's right here now. And so it's great. It's going good. Lou Bug's under me. You know what I mean? He's keeping my feet warm. He's taking a net. So we're switching the pod to Mondays. And listen, last week, okay, didn't do the ep with glasses on. You know, I don't know if the title and the subject matter of last week had anything to do with it, but did numbers. Did pretty good numbers on the YouTube side of things, because you know that's our focus. You know, we don't get much love you know, natively on the audio onlys, because we're more of a visual show over here. I still haven't scheduled or posted any of those freaking clips, dude. So, but the content, man, I mean, yeah, I mean, the last week's episode, the Will Smith episode, popped off at about 500. So that was cool. Didn't post any of those clips. Whoops. That's why we're doing Clipmas. Listen, I came up with this 100% original idea, okay? I'm pretty sure it's my original idea, but the more I think about it, the more I think other people are doing it. So I'm not entirely sure if it is an original idea or not, but I'm saying it is because I came up with it and because I didn't hear about it from anyone else, and it's something that I just came up with. So if people are doing it, great. And if they're not, they should. It's Clipmas. So what's going to happen is every day, I'm going to attempt to do it every day between now and the end of the year. We're going to put out a clip. It might be old, it might be outdated, it might be new, it might be something you've seen before. We've got clips that haven't been posted yet. Our editor Jeff's been hard at work making those clips, and I've been super busy this month. It's been a real busy month this month for one of the businesses, and so I haven't had a lot of time to get that editing and or that scheduling and the thumbnails and everything else out, because listen, you know what I mean? We're busy. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of client work that comes before the podcast. So we're working on that. And so basically that's what's you know, we're going to do Clipmas. And so we're going to put up those clips one a day, every day, for pretty much hopefully the rest of the year. And so with that, hopefully I'm also trying, I'm so behind and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pull this off, but I would love, I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential guests we could have on this podcast between now and the end of the year. We could theoretically fill the month of December with a different guest each. So we're working on the clips right now, and we're going to get them all scheduled, and we're going to have a real fun time in December posting all those on all the different platforms. And best believe, if they're going up on YouTube, they're going up on Facebook, Instagram, and Reels and everything else. And we're going to have all of that ready to rock and roll come December time. So, you know what I mean? I got the glasses back on this week. I like it better. I like it a little bit better with what the sunglasses. I like the sunglasses. I'm you know what I mean? I like it. Hey, guess what? My podcast, do what I want. And so I like the sunglasses. And what else you might notice, now it might not sound, I don't know. We have to do some comparisons. We haven't done too much testing just yet. But we got a new microphone, okay? If you didn't notice and you couldn't tell from the profile, we're rocking that all new Shure SM7DB. Okay. Hey, cloud lifter who? We don't got one plugged in and it sounds crispy, baby. Okay. We got it on the plug. All right. Our friends at Tone Tailors, this isn't our official review, but we got one coming soon because that was part of the deal. We'll have an official, video coming soon. I just got to plan and script it and write it out and do all the fun stuff, the due diligence, that we have to do when we make these kinds of deals, right? So I have that coming soon, but this is, just the quick sneak peek, dirty version. Our friends at Tone Tailors, they got some in. I noticed they have them in stock, and they're a guitar shop. You know what I mean? They sell a lot of guitars, and so they want to get these things selling too because they're new, they're hot, they're the latest thing. What better way to promote this brand new microphone than with a podcast? So I hit up the men at Tone Tailors, and I said, "Hey guys, what's up? Let me borrow one, and then we'll just send people directly to the store." So if you like what you're hearing now, obviously, like I said, the official review coming soon, of course, much more in-depth conversations surrounding this microphone in general, what I have it hooked up to, what it sounds like compared to the now older model, regular SM7B, and just a few different tests, vice versa. So look out for that stuff coming soon, but shout out to them if you want to get an early head start on your holiday shopping. There probably will be a link to their shop below to check out this microphone or anything else you might need for yourself or the music lover in your life, from pedals to electric guitars, acoustic guitars, amps, microphones, mixers, whatever you need. They got it. Cables, accessories, you know the deal. Hit up the people at Tone Tailors, or if you're in the Lidditz/Lancaster area, drive on over to the campus, check out Rock Lidditz, and head on in and just pick it up yourself. Pick it up in store, meet the people over there, get a Tone Tailors t-shirt. Maybe they have some left, see what they're doing over there, play with some of the guitars, look around, check it out, and experience the whole thing for yourself. Like I said, there will be a link in the description below to check them out. So new microphones here. I think, honestly, I think it might sound the same. I don't know. I'm not the audiophile. Paul is, so we might have Paul involved in some way. I think he's also getting one. I think his is on his way as well. So maybe he can come on and just do a mic off and share his experience. Maybe we'll get him on the call too, and maybe we'll do a Better Call Paul situation, and we can nerd out about the SM7DB microphones. If you don't have one, maybe consider it. But listen, it's not necessary for everyone. Indeed, if you have the regular SM7B, great. If you've got like something like the Rodecaster Go mics, that's awesome. Use one of those. If you got like an AT2000 or whatever those Audio Technica mics are, use one of those. It's rocking and rolling, dude, with whatever mic you got. Like Los uses the Blue Yeti. Bang it. Love that mic. I'd use it. You know what I mean? It's a great deal. And it's Cyber Monday. And Los and I just talked about it. We just got done recording this week's episode of F-Boy Island recap and record. Be on the lookout for that. But this week, I just got done talking to Los about it. Target is getting caught with the Black Friday deals. TikTokers are going around and exposing the deals.
I didn't do any Black Friday shopping.
That was my next question. Are you a Black Friday guy these days?
Well, so here's the thing. I needed a pair of basketball sneakers to play in, right? So, and I knew I was at the Nike outlet on Wednesday, and I seen these like Giannis's for like $40. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back there, right? So fam, Thursday night going into Friday, I had like a full night's sleep. I went because Thanksgiving is like, I don't know why people don't know why he talks about this. Thanksgiving is the longest day of the year. Like, you know what I mean? Because, like you're eating early as hell. Yep. You know what I mean? You're eating this big ass meal early as hell. Yep. And then it gets dark so quick. And then you're just like, dang. So like if it's 8, 9 o'clock, you could go to bed and had a full day. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you won't feel like you're missing nothing. Because, yeah, nobody's going out or nothing like that. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I went to bed. I fell asleep on my couch, went to bed, and I woke up. And I knew I was playing basketball Friday morning at like 10:30. And I was like, oh, maybe I could, they probably open up a little bit earlier. And then I was like, oh shit. Cause I woke up at like 5:30, like I'm going to work or something like that.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I can slide to the outlets real quick cause they open at 6. Bam. I go there, bro. And the Nike outlet line
there's a line. So
it was egregious, bro. Like
lines are still a thing. Okay.
Well, only for certain stores. So like I would say that like that didn't apply to the other places. So the Nike line, right? If you've been to Tanger Outlets in Lancaster, it's it's pretty much there's only 2 stores on that top floor, right? Where Nike is. It's Nike and then like West Elm or something like that, or Pottery, whatever. So Nike starts in the middle of that, you know what I mean, plot, right? You know what I mean? So the line is from the middle, right? So right at the door where the middle is. It goes all the way to the stairs. It wraps down the stairs, all the way onto the sidewalk, basically right in front of the store again. So like it's a whole, and I'm like, the Nike outlet is cool because I always find stuff that I kind of want there. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like a quick find thing. I think people go there assuming that they're gonna find new stuff and like because otherwise you wouldn't line up for the Nike, like you just wouldn't.
Right, because my understanding is that's like you're not getting the most recent drops at those prices there, or whatever, like the situation. Like you don't go there for the most newest thing or whatever it is, right? Whatever Nike drops. So yeah, the Nike outlets for like those one-offs or like the last year's models or like whatever they have on sale. It's the outlet. That's why it's called an outlet, right? Like that's the whole purpose of it is like, so like it's not what they're selling at Dick's Sporting Goods. Yeah, because Dick's gets it, you know what I mean? So yeah, okay, right. So interesting. There's a line wrapped around. So you didn't entertain it? Did you just
No, I didn't. No, I was not staying in that line. Like no. So I did go around the corner. I went to like a couple little stores. I did end up picking something up at another store. I can't talk too much about that because it's you know what I mean, whatever.
Gotcha.
But anyway. Yeah, I did go to another store. I went to a couple other like clothing stores just to see what the deal was. I did see some stuff I liked, but then it was, you know how sometimes it's just like, it's not worth. Like it was really for me. It wasn't. I wasn't looking for anybody else. So I was like, since it was for me, I was like, I don't really need nothing.
Yeah, no, and we don't. It's just like every year, it's all the same for me. It's just like there's nothing.
Did you get a new TV?
No, right? No, I didn't. I did that like 3 or 4 years ago when we needed one, and it's just like I don't. You know, it's everyone. Everyone asked me, and I'm probably gonna podcast about this later, but like Meg's asked me today. She was like, "Is it like true the whole like TV Black Friday, like they make them cheaper kind of thing?"
Yeah,
and it's And it's yes and no, but it's not like they're not. The problem is throughout the year, what you're seeing marketed towards you is the top of the line Q, LED, HD, 8K, 4K latest panel TV that costs $2,000. But what happens on Black Friday is they switch their marketing to the on with 2 N's Walmart brand on sale 43-inch for $98. And so yeah, like I'm sure those higher end TVs are on sale and you can probably get a good deal. But when it comes to like the 43-inch Walmart TV, of course it's a piece. It's why it's $99. It's this kind of like catch-22. They're not doing it like they're not trying to pull a wall over your eyes, as in like get this amazing, beautiful display TV for $100.
It's old stuff. Right, they're trying to, you know what I mean? Get a couple extra dollars for it. And did you see the stuff with Target? People
right. So I didn't read into it, so I don't know if Target has an excuse for it or not. Did you see anything or what was? I just saw the TikTok.
All I saw like somebody do a TikTok and it was a woman and like she literally was like it was a Black Friday deal and then she could go behind the price tag and it was the same price. And I'm like, see, that I think there's some things that people don't know about retail because sometimes that is some people said, I heard people talking about it and they were saying how because it was like I was talking about Saturday and people were saying like, oh, some prices were even more for Black Friday. And then I was like, yeah, that's not typically normal. But I think they don't realize that a lot of times, the Black Friday deal, what they're gonna do is they're gonna mark it up first,
Right,
and then
right.
and then they're gonna bring it down to the Black Friday price, and they're gonna show you, oh my God, you say $250,
Right.
but and we know because we work electronic retail.
Mm.
Like sometimes you might get the better deal on Wednesday, like you know what I mean. If you you might get the better deal the Saturday before, like for
like, that, and like now, like Walmart and Target started their Black Friday stuff like 6 weeks ago, and so like now it's just this term we use now for a sale, right? It's not even like the whole purpose of it was for businesses to get back into the black because people aren't buying as much stuff, so they're in the red when it comes to their stocks and books and everything else, right? So it just it's lost its purpose now. Now it's all corporate, right? So it's fun. No, I get it, man. Do you remember? I'll never forget the Black Friday at Radio Shack. I think I only might have done one. But John was like hyping us up. Like he had us doing like fucking military drills. Like he had us there at like 5 a.m. ready to go. I was chugging Red Bull, ready to like sling Boost Mobile cards for the next 8 hours straight. And like we opened the doors at like 7 a.m. and we literally had like 2 customers for like 8 hours. And it was the most disappointing. It was the most disappointing day of my life because I thought I was going to experience this whole crazy, like people like fighting over a TV at Radio Shack or whatever 50-cent headphones we had on the shelf. Like it didn't happen. And I just felt I was so disappointed that year.
Yeah, I think early on in my time at Radio Shack, there were some really good years. But yeah, there were some times where it just, and like, again, like you just assume that the following year is going to be the same thing.
Right.
Same thing. So that's probably where some of that intense preparation came from. But like, it's a crapshoot. And, it's been, remember when they was starting, like, then they started getting into Thursday. Like they've gotten out of the Thursday
right.
thing.
Oh yeah. America as a society has gone back to, we care about our employees, so we're going to give them Thursday off. Look at us. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for giving me off on Thanksgiving. I appreciate it. And it's right. And now we've gone back to closed on Thursdays. Now it's a thing to see who's actually open, which is crazy, by the way, because like we like couldn't freaking find. We finally found one that was open, but like McDonald's, like most of the McDonald's around us closed on Thanksgiving. A lot of it. Very interesting, that societal shift. But
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't mind when they started doing the Black Friday at midnight. Like that's actually not bad because if you decide to get up early in the morning, you actually are because I remember one time I went to the outlets and because I've been out in Lancaster County now the last 8 years. So like going to the outlets one time when they started at midnight and I went at 6 a.m, it wasn't as busy. Like it was like a little bit more spread out in terms of, because there are people that are starting at midnight, but then people ain't shopping all that time, whatever. But I get it. Give people off if they want off. But like if there's commission involved, go for it. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I don't even know if that's a business model for a lot of stores anymore, like commission based stuff. I don't know how that works.
Like Best Buy Mobile. I don't know what their pay structure is anymore. That's interesting. I wonder if they still do commission. Cause I mean, that's all we strived off of.
That's all
we strive. We found, bro. It was just us trying to find whoever we could to sign up for that free AT&T 2-year plan with the phone. I remember I got Justin. I got Justin and his girlfriend at the time. They came into Radio Shack, got 2 HTC, 1 whatever from me. I got the commission. I just told them to take whatever cases they wanted that day. Like it was just, you know what I mean? Like whatever. Just the good old days of retail. It's too much now. It's the stores are too much with the anxiety and the people and the parking and like, forget it. Over on the Pike where Target is, good luck in that parking lot, let alone getting into the store. Like on a Black Friday situation, I didn't go anywhere near it because the parking lot alone it's a situation like I'm pretty sure the cops show up to like control traffic because no one knows how to actually function as an adult when they're driving within the bounds of a parking lot situation. And so if you're from the area, you know what I'm talking about, but I'm sure everyone has those, shopping center parking lot dilemmas that when there's a traffic jam, it like affects like 8 highways down, 30 miles down that way. So these parking lots, they're not great. And they don't design them for an optimal flow of things. But that's besides the point. And that's why our generation created Cyber Monday, because we have the internet, and why not have a holiday for it? And so, again, all these deals are the same, dude. All these deals are the same. Like, it's just, you can get either you get the cheap TV for $100, or you can get a few whatever off, like the expensive TV you've been eyeing on sale all week. I think the microphones are on sale right now. I'm pretty sure Tone Taylor's has their sale going. I'm pretty sure all the mic companies do. It's just one of those situations where the deals, they're okay. We can get most of them throughout the year. The best deals I've seen, honestly, have been on like software. If you need software, or if you've been eyeballing any like AI subscriptions, if you've been thinking about any AI subscriptions and taking your game to the next level, like that's where I'd be looking. We're probably going to pull that trigger on Opus maybe later this evening. We'll see. But like, we're looking real tight on some software deals. Like check out the link in the description for our partners at 17 Hats. They've got a bomb sale going on right now. If you use our link, I think you get like 50% off for life. It's like 50% off everything you can get. Like, I think we did our deal on Black Friday, and I'm pretty sure we pay like $5 a month. It's insane. If you need a CRM or help running your small business, if you're like a service, if you have a service, or anything that just involves client relations and just payments or documentation and or simple contracts, 17 Hats handles it all. That's super on sale. Probably check out Repurpose. That link's in the description below if you want to distribute your podcast, to different channels and networks and outlets. That would come along with that. They're having a sale. So Cyber Monday, check out the software subscriptions, the online stuff. If you need something new for your business or yourself personally, or your side hustle, or whatever it may be, you might be able to, they'll probably have it after this week. They'll have it through the holidays, probably sale, maybe not as much, maybe whatever else, but just keep an eye out. So you guys know we love a good Australian news story here in America. It's one of my favorite YouTube channels. It's one of my favorite places to get news, because not only is their country just as a little bit crazy as ours, they also just have some of the most insane stories. Like a few months ago, we talked about the Australian lady who like baked poison into a pie and then invited her whole ex-husband's family over for lunch one day, and then they all mysteriously ended up dead. Like that, we talked about that story. The animals that kill you there, like the terrifying, like the jellyfish and everything else that they have in Australia. Australia is just as a crazy place as America. They just do it right because they don't have guns. You know what I mean? And so this lady and her ex-boyfriend got into a bit of a tizzy. Now, we know there's probably a few reasons why. We'll get to them in a second. But, so what happened was they broke up, okay? Jennifer and her boyfriend, they broke up. And the boyfriend didn't want to break up, okay? Johnny wasn't ready to let go. So what did he do? He put out a poster. He put out a flyer with Jenny's phone number on it. Okay. Her phone number was on it and said, call this phone number, leave a voicemail, and do your best Chewbacca impression, and you could win $100, which is key and smart. And that's why it's key, because it's smart. So if he didn't put that on there, no one would, you know what I mean? It's weird. No one was going to do it. But to win $100, why not just leave a voicemail and then hope one day you get a call back and say, hey, you won. How can I get you $100? That would be great. So why not take the chance, right? I would. I'm going to try to find her number. Maybe it's still open. Maybe we can leave a voicemail. So let's see what she has to say. It's quite possibly one of the most hilarious news stories. And if you break up, this is why other countries are surpassing us in intelligence and just on overall societal scale, because we don't do nearly as creative things like this as other, you know what I mean? Like when the 20-something and 30-something year olds break up in this country, it sometimes either ends up in like death or restraining orders or like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, watch out. You know what I mean? Like, let's sleep with, like a weapon in the bedside table kind of situation. Like, if we have to call the judge again, this might be the last time I ever see you kind of thing. So, like, nothing like this ever happens in this country. Like, no one's creative enough. And this is why I think we're just going to move. I think Megs and I, we're going to move. I think we're going to go to Australia where we can find people like this. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm getting phone calls at really strange hours of the night, about 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock, eh? I thought it was quite funny, actually. I thought it was a good joke.
A good sport, Jessica is.
Just pull it down, please, and, have a laugh for me, and if you want to make a phone call, go for it. I don't mind.
Where's all of her teeth? Hey, listen, this guy's... Okay. He's a little petty for not a lot of reasons. I think. Hear me out, John. Hear me out if that is... I don't think that's his name. I just made it up. John and Jenny, that's their names. And so, John, I think in this situation, we can probably... Listen, if you're not him, keep scrolling. We can probably... So now I'm just talking to him. We can probably do better, okay? We can probably... Let's take all the energy... Let's take all that energy that we focused on this situation, and let's put that into finding someone, John, who deserves you. Let's do that instead. Hey, John, why don't you, and I've told this to so many people, parents included, go over there and literally do anything else, because this chick not because it's a ridiculous thing to do. If this was like, I don't know, someone, not her, but if this was anyone else, I would understand. Like if this was a me and Meg situation and I desperately wanted her back in my life, because it makes sense. Meg's is hot. She's young. She's single. Look at her. She's got a big butt. Like it's a whole package. And so, like I would do anything, including put up signs to leave her voicemails to like Chewbacca, and they would potentially win money for it and to hopefully win her back. And so that is the difference, I think, between us and the dating scene in other countries. And I just wonder when trends like this are gonna eventually hit the United States, because it has to inevitably. It always does. I just wonder if we're like, 2 or 3 years away, you think, before everyone just starts doing silly stuff like this here? The Australians. This lady, here we go.
Bring it on.
But here's the dark side. Jessica says he's even dumped his car, tyres removed, in the driveway, blocking her in. Luckily, the force is strong in the far north.
The police got in contact with me, and finally they're going to do something about it.
So not only has this man the efforts that this man has gone through in order to get the attention of this woman, he has not only created, and listen, the poster, it's a good poster. It probably took him 3, maybe 8 hours. Maybe anywhere from 3 to 8 hours in Photoshop alone to get the poster done. Okay, choosing the font, choosing which phone number, like does he do, and then like how many phone number slips do you put on it? Like it's a whole, like if you know anything about graphic design or like anything to make a poster like that, it's probably took him 7 hours. And so that was the thing. Then he had to go to Staples. He had to get it printed, right? So he probably doesn't have a printer at home. It's 2023. And so, or even whenever this happened. And so that, so now he's got to pay 10 cents a copy. How many did he make? 100? How much money did he spend at Staples getting these things printed? That's some money right there. Time and dedication. We're now 2 days in. Then he has to go around from lamp pole, light shade, boom, bam, stapler, tape it, boom, put it up, put it up, put it up. That probably was a whole nother day's work, okay? You've seen the My Bath Guy signs. They're everywhere, okay? He's putting in the work. They're everywhere on every corner of every exit from here to York. So it's just, so now we've got the signs. Now we've got them all put up. Now we have to execute phase 2 of the plan, where we're going to drop off his car or a vehicle, a friend's car. I don't know where we got the car. Maybe he just bought it for this. And now we're spending money on an additional car. How much money does this man have? Maybe she should have not given up on him. Maybe she should have, given this guy a second chance, because clearly he's just got money to blow on the fact that he's got plenty of time and resources to Photoshop a poster, get it printed, then put them up. Then the supplies to put them up cost money too. So now we're in the hundreds of dollars. And then now he's got a car that in the middle of the night he had to drive there. And then I don't know, what did he do? Walk home? Get a bus, get a taxi? Did he have a friend? Now a friend's involved, aiding and abetting. You know what I'm saying? And so now the story it's a real detailed story here. Don't get it twisted, okay? And so he takes the tires off the vehicle so it can't be moved, blocking her in. Now, is that a control move so she can't leave? He knows where she is 24/7. Maybe is he watching her? Why does he not want her to leave the house? So she can't meet any more guys? What kind of hostage situation has this guy turned it into? I think she hopefully she got out. Maybe she's still trapped in the house. Let's find out. You know what I mean? We've put in so much energy thus far. I wonder if there's going to be a phase 3 or any other twists or turns to the story.
And there's a new hope.
If there's anyone out there that can do the real Chewbacca sound, I might marry you.
Oh boy. And that's where we end. And that's where we end. And that's where we end. You know why? Because, true love exists for everybody, and we have to believe that, right? We have to believe that there's someone out there that can do the real, not this fake voicemail, whatever that everyone else is trying, the real Chewbacca laugh, okay? Let's just if you're nowhere near movie quality, mask quality, you know what I mean? Then don't even attempt to do the Chewbacca mask for your proposal / audition to win this woman's heart. Because clearly she is a Star Wars fan. So that's even another, check off the old book for the ex. Because he knew how to get to her, not only at an emotional level because of how annoying and aggravating all these voicemails are, but she loves Chewbacca enough to the point where she's willing to marry you. If you can do a good enough Chewbacca laugh, this woman will marry you for the rest of her life. You know what I mean? So get up. If you got a good Chewbacca laugh, get up from that cubicle, that job that you hate, and let's fly you down. Let's get you on the first flight to the Aussie town, and we're going to find her, and you can do it, and then you can live happily ever after. If that's your calling, let this podcast help you. Email us, click a link or somewhere, find our website. You'll figure it out, and then we can help you do it. Maybe if true love does exist, if you feel like you need to marry, if you feel like you have the Chewbacca laugh, stop leaving voicemails on her phone. Call us instead. We have a phone number. It's somewhere. You can find it. Just send us an email with a voice memo or something. You'll figure it out. Get us audio of your Chewbacca laugh. We'll help make that connection. Let us reach out. Let us be, the officiant of your wedding. I'll do it via the podcast, and it'll be fun. It'll be a great time. It'll be a great time for everybody. And I think it would be really fun to help someone find their true love. So if you can do the Chewbacca laugh, the real one, dude, okay, not this fake crap, let us know and we'll figure it out for you. So it doesn't get too much better than that. Speaking of can't get much better, can you guys believe that the Maury Show is still a thing? They're still doing new episodes of the Maury Show. Now, we all know the history that this podcast has with the Maury Show and everything else going on with it. You know what I mean? I kind of, for like 10 minutes, dated a girl who was in fact on it. On our first date, she showed me the taping of her episode. It was a little weird. That's like, it's honestly my Are You Garbage audition, to be honest with you. Like, if I could ever have one thing to let them know that I would be, like a great guest on the Are You Garbage podcast, would be the fact that I once dated a girl, and on the first date, she showed me the audition tape, or not the actual episode that they filmed on the Maury Show of her and her baby daddy, because he was denying the birthright of their child together. And I'm not going to spoil it for you. I won't spoil it for you here. I'll let you do your own research whether he was or was not the father. Like, can you believe that we're still here? And like, I'm pretty, like, the excuses that I see, I'm pretty sure this one, the excuses are getting a little thin. Like, the excuses for why we're on the show, why we're denying the child, we're putting the child through trauma, right? Because let's call it what it is. When you go on these specific certain reality, family drama type, court style, whatever. I don't like my baby. They're only 3 months old. There's not much they do, but cling and sleep with their mother anyways. So it's not really, just calm down for 3 months. Like, you're fine. Like, why do you need to, we don't need to go on the Maury Show. Like, the baby looks just like you, And so we continue to deny our relatives or baby or whatever, it's all fun. It's all for fun and games, because these two, if you look at these two, people, these two people couldn't be more excited for the restaurant that they got to go to, the night that they got to spend in the free hotel room that the Maury Show paid for while they're filming in Seattle, Connecticut, or wherever they film this thing. And so that's the only reason they're there. The only reason these two are here is because they said they'd pay for the hotel and they give them a voucher for dinner. And that's exactly what they did. And we couldn't be more happy for them. And the story just doesn't get it. Honestly, it takes the cake of the girl I dated. Her story's been pegged down by a few. I think their excuse at the time, which, the year was like, what, 2011, 2012, maybe? Between 2011 and 2012, their excuse for being on the Maury Show was they couldn't afford condoms. So, newsflash, they could, and it's fine because, you can get them anywhere and everywhere most of the times for free. And you can get single ones if you know where to go for like a quarter. It's fine. Just stop. And there's also, you're being irresponsible teenagers. It's fine. But these two, when you're in love, you're in love. And he is clearly in love with her. Her, on the other hand, we'll see.
They're only looking for excuses. Patricia supports everything that he does.
Okay.
I was already pregnant in that picture. It's very obvious.
Okay.
Look at the nose, the eyes, the eyebrows. She's got...
Oh, right. By the way, so he's claiming because she has a picture on her Facebook with another man is the reason that he's not the father of the baby, even though she was pregnant with said baby in the picture that he's claiming isn't hers. It's something weird. It's the weirdest. It's the most outrageous, reachable. It's such a reach. It's such a reach. And you know what I mean?
My ears, yes, but that is his daughter.
No.
Here we go. Get ready.
No.
So how did Robert react when you told him you were pregnant?
Went to Taco Bell, took a pregnancy test. He said, I don't believe. We were driving trucks at the time. We were driving trucks.
That's not true.
Back it up.
That's not true. Listen, he's in the background. That's not true. That's not true, Maury. It was a Hardee's. We pulled into a Hardee's, Maury, and that's where we took the pregnancy test, okay? That's where we took it, Maury. It wasn't a Taco Bell. It wasn't a Taco Bell. She's lying, Maury. See what she's lying? She's lying. Maury, she's lying about the fast food restaurant that we took the friggin' pregnancy test in. She's obviously lying about me and being the father, Maury.
There were pregnancy tests at Taco Bell.
Well, isn't that the question we're all asking, huh? I mean, let's go. Come on, let us know what happened.
I went to the dollar store, bought the pregnancy test. We were in a truck. It's hard to use the bathroom in a truck. There's no toilet.
Got it. She got the pregnancy test from the dollar store. Got it. This is probably also his case. But for those of us who know, and if you know, you know, when you get the pregnancy test from the dollar store for $1, they're equally accurate. And so, you know, get them wherever, get the Clear Blue, get the 7-day thing, whatever, the predictor thing. I don't know how it all works. All I know is when it usually says yes, it usually means yes. And so so now that we have the proper timeline, we're truck drivers. And so they're probably sleeping in the truck, right? They probably just like live in the truck to constantly just be making money. And because they sleep in the truck, that's how they have all their money. And they keep, right. It's like a whole thing. I don't know. Maybe that's how it works. I'm not a truck driver. I wouldn't know. And so, but she can't pee easily in the truck. So once they go to the dollar store to get the test strip for the pregnancy test, she then has to go to the Taco Bell. She says it was a Taco Bell. He says it was a Hardee's, I think. But it doesn't matter, I guess. And so that's where the pregnancy test was taken. And boy, oh boy, we're back at it. It doesn't get better. It's just the hits don't ever stop.
Said, okay, but he doesn't believe in the dollar store pregnancy test. So I said, okay. I said, fine. We got a load. We went to New York. We left New York. We went to North Carolina. Raleigh, North Carolina, I went to the hospital.
Right.
They did a pregnancy test. It came back positive. They did an ultrasound. They told him, your baby is due Christmas Day.
What a mirror. It's Jesus. Hey, should I say it? I shouldn't say it. It's probably the second coming of Jesus. Their baby, what a great, holy shit. I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't put the Christmas tree up and then automatically have the second coming of Jesus on Christmas Day. Their baby came. Oh, wow. Isn't that precious? Isn't that so precious? I mean, good for them. They were the ones, huh? And Maury got the breaking news inside scoop bomb drop. Dang. Wow. Good for them. I mean, a real true Christmas miracle. I mean, if that doesn't tell you that we're going to have a great, I mean, now I'm pumped, Daddy. Now I'm pumped for the future. Now I'm ready to go. These two got baby J on the way, or like it's here, whatever. I don't know how old she is. She's probably here already. Baby J's here. Rocking and rolling, second coming, December 25th. Yes, I love it. And we're still, look at these two. And then the mom, of course, Patricia. Robert and Patricia. That's their names. Robert and Patricia. Oh, God. You know, she just does whatever he wants, and he does whatever he wants. So it's crazy for me to think that like she's just there to go with the flow. None of his friends would have his back in this situation because something tells me he asked them. And when they say, yeah, no, I'm good, bro. I don't want to be on the Maury show. You know, I know that's not my thing. You know what I mean? And so his mother is just essentially the only one that, is here and will support him through this, this tough time, is figuring out whether it's his daughter or not. I mean, you can't, it's the foundation that keeps our society it's the backbone of America. You know what I mean? Whatever terminology you want to use in that sense is pretty much what the Maury show has become. If this show goes off the air, things we'll probably have riots in the streets. We'll have families will be broken. Societies will most likely crumble. Everything I talked about, the world ending clip that I posted last week or a few weeks ago, all of that will most likely come true 100%. And so, you know, it's fun. For Robert and Patricia, this isn't a game. They're not playing games anymore. It's not his baby. You know how he knows? Because he was sleeping in his mom's bed the night
Here's what they say.
You wouldn't give him the birth certificate.
For what? He denies her, so I'm going to prove it to him, and then his name can go on it, and he can have a copy of it.
But it's supposed to be my baby, though. But it's supposed to be my baby, though. No extra for proof.
Robert's never seen
It's
your
supposed
dog.
to be my baby, but I'm extra for...
All right. You know, it's quite literally one of the most insane situations every time, and they're going to argue and argue and argue and argue and argue and argue and argue. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. They hand Maury the envelope. Maury, I mean, dude, I want to know, put a comment down below how many times you think Maury opened a DNA test envelope. It's got to be, I mean, it's got to be more. It's definitely more. He definitely opens more than one each episode. There's got to be a math. Because it can't be this, it's probably not the same every time, because sometimes they probably have longer episodes, like stories that take up the whole thing, so there might not even be. Sometimes there's not even one envelope, I'm sure, if they just do lie. Oh, wow. Someone, let's take a guess how many envelopes you think Maury has opened in his lifetime, right? So we don't need to necessarily, you know, listen to the whole argument. That's what this podcast's for. I filled you in on all the gaps, right? Facebook photo. They're all it's fine. You get it, right? It's fine. We've got the results.
Whether you're the father of this
And if I am,
child.
I'm going to step up. I'm going to do what I got to do.
Okay.
I sure hope so.
And he says what they always say.
When it comes to 10-month-old Jayliana, Robert, you are the father.
Boom. Oh, wow. Wow. He just wants to be a family. And this mean lady is screaming at him. He just found out he is a father. And all he wants to do is hug the mother of his daughter. And she's just yelling at him. I mean, this is probably why he wasn't there in the first place. Like, she was probably just yelling at him in the delivery room the whole time. And then when they got home, she probably just yelled at him some more. And when he tried to like make a bottle for the baby, she probably just yelled at him even more. And now she's yelling at him on the Maury show. So I feel for this dude. I mean, obviously we're going to have to see him like on like the Judge Brown show now, because they're probably going to have to battle it out for custody. So they'll probably take this couple directly over to the next CW show that deals with, you know, custody battles, or Steve Wilkos or someone else will take these guys on to conclude their cinematic universe story. But it's crazy. It's crazy. He just want to hug. He just want to hug, and she wouldn't give him one. And that's a little upsetting to me, but I get it. I get it still. At the same time, I fully understand. She didn't, you know, she didn't feel like he deserved a hug. And I get it sometimes, you know, like sometimes I want a hug, but I don't deserve one. Sometimes, you know, other people in my life want hugs and don't deserve them, but we have to give them anyways. So it's, you know, she just really needs to calm down and give what is clearly now the confirmed father of her child a hug, because he's not going anywhere, not going much of anywhere. I mean, you're going to be probably stuck with him now for pretty much ever. He's probably bound to the laws of the Maury show, right? That kind of messed up there, because now they're going to check in on you. You probably got to go to classes. You probably got to go to therapy or something. I don't know. Dr. Phil sends his kids to the ranch. Who knows what the Maury show does? They probably have like a camp somewhere. They probably have like a Maury show camp, like, you know, Maury Camp Maury, where you just, you know, you camp outside under the cold with no blankets for 6 months straight. And like, that's your breaking point. And that's how they like get you to be a faithful, you know, husband and father to your newfound family, do the DNA test results and the lie detector test that the Maury show just did to you. Like, it's pretty crazy. And so, you know, so the pregnancy test at Taco Bell, you know, wouldn't be, it's crazy because the pregnancy test at Taco Bell wouldn't be the craziest thing that we heard about Taco Bell this week. Like that's just the small amount of things that Taco Bell is just in the news for on a daily basis. Look, we all eat it. Listen, we'll die on this hill. Taco Bell is the healthiest fast food. It's fast food, but it's the healthiest. Listen, it's healthy. Listen, Taco Bell's a little healthy. All it is meat and cheese, and it's just kind of healthy. Meat and cheese is keto. They say you remove a flour tortilla, and now you got a little keto action. Joe Rogan's keto, and he's healthy. You know what I'm saying? So Taco Bell, it's delicious, but sometimes you've got people taking pregnancy tests in the bathroom, and sometimes it's a little worse than that. Usually your company Christmas party is an opportunity to mingle with your coworkers and celebrate a successful year coming to a close. One former Taco Bell employee got quite the surprise when her restaurant's own holiday party allegedly turned out to be an orgy. What fun! This is what I'm telling you. I might hang up this whole entrepreneur, business owner, podcaster thing, and I might go back to working at like a fast food, like Taco Bell Sheets, $17 an hour situation. Because A, most of my financial problems with taxes and everything else will be taken care of, and B, things like this happen, okay? This is the type of company culture America is about. WeWork's over. It collapsed, okay? Office culture is dead. We are never going back to the office. A 200 billion, I don't know, it's crazy number. Whatever WeWork was worth is now worth zero. Nothing. Because everyone works from home. Office culture is dead. And now, listen, is there anything I would do to go back to that? Absolutely. We did unthinkable things in the office. From the time I graduated college to the time I owned the company. I started as an intern, and then now I own the company. Talk about a success story. And even as an intern at that company, we would have Nerf gun battles. The boss bought us a pool table. Guess what we did for 90% of the day when he got us a pool table? Like, he had to make a rule, like no pool during office hours. Like, I mean, there were rumors of like infidelity in the office. One of my coworkers was arrested. One of our coworkers was arrested on federal charges. They had like, I don't know, something to do with like illegal weapons or something they weren't supposed to have that automatically got the feds involved. And now I think they're still in prison. I'm almost positive they're still in prison. One of my old coworkers, first job out of college, I'm there for a year and a half. We come into the news that one of our coworkers has been arrested on federal charges because I think the person they were living with at the time had like weapons of mass destruction right behind the trailer. Like, it was not a good thing, and it was enough to cause concern because like the feds bust through the gate and expressed their Second Amendment rights and hauled them off to jail. As you know, or whatever they did, they basically took all their guns away, and now so they're in prison. And so that's, you know, it's a fun time. It's a fun time for everybody. And then I mean, the job I got after that, I'm pretty sure the one guy I worked with was like trying his very hardest to like have sexual relations with multiple people in the office, even though they were married / in happy relationships, even though he wasn't. So like that was weird. But I mean, talk about just like, we would all have a chat room that the boss wasn't a part of. We'd go out and take smoke breaks, even though we all didn't smoke. We'd waste time. We'd play games. I mean, it got to the point where like the boss, the owner of the company just neglected our whole department to the point where I was just like building websites for my other companies and making like fake music videos at the time because that's what I had to do to fill my time. Then I went to another job, and there, I mean, they outsourced the job they hired me to do 3 months in. They hired me as their in-house web developer and outsourced that to a third-party company. So then they just said, well, here's access to our Facebook and like, you know, do whatever you can do around the office to make it great. So I would just, you know, I'd plan chili cook-offs. I'd order pizza for the whole team. I'd make banner ads, put them on Google. I'd make Facebook posts. I'd give away gift cards for the Steelers because they were one of our corporate partners at the time. Like I would just, my corporate going into the office every day from 9 to 5, pretty much every week of the year. Yeah, we took off holidays, vacation, whatever. But 90% of the time you're in the office, you're not doing anything. And it's a blast. There's drama. There's people cheating on each other. You can get away with spending corporate money on things you're not supposed to. Like I had one time, they ordered me like 6 GoPros for no reason. So I just set those up around the office and just made videos of random stuff. I attached it to the dog. Like it was just when you had an office and you were working for someone else, it was a different time. Like, and then even the job up until recently, before I took over, I mean, it was to the point where like every other Friday, the boss was sending someone of importance out of the office to the liquor store so we could stop working in plenty of time, usually around lunch, to start drinking a little, do something fun like record a podcast or watch a movie or hang out or talk about our feelings or do whatever the fuck we wanted to do, sober up, and then drive home for the weekend. And that was like a weekly occurrence, dude. And so like the corporate life of going into the office is something that we will never get to experience again. We might be able to find other co-working places like the Candy Factory and whatever else might be available. But when it comes to that life and the lifestyle of going in and going out for lunch and having meetings and like internal messages and emails and drama and figuring out why people got fired or left, or finding out that the company, that the employee who literally sat beside you for a year, you sat beside this person for a year and a half every day, was just arrested on federal crimes. It's great. And so we're never going to get that back. And that's why I would love to rejoin, like, you know, the societal workforce of, you know, like maybe like a Taco Bell or Sheetz or something like that, because obviously they're still having holiday parties and they get us a little salacious. Sorry for the long-winded explanation. A new lawsuit filed in Los Angeles Superior Court alleges that in December of 2022, Alana Bekomen, don't know if I said that right, was invited by her supervisor to a holiday celebration at a Taco Bell location where she worked. It was meant to be a potluck. So she made guacamole for the occasion and brought it in a bowl from home. When she, her sister, and her sister's partner arrived, they discovered that the supervisor who invited her, Lidia, covered the windows of the restaurant with wrapping paper, which was already a red flag. She also noticed they covered the cameras for the lobby in and outside the restaurant, according to the New York Post. Her supervisor, Lidia, is accused of giving alcohol to her employees, resulting in several of them being overserved. And at around midnight, the employees were outside socializing for a bit and were shocked and disgusted and outraged by what she saw when she walked back inside to a coworker having sex with his wife in front of everyone at the party. The employee claims that the wife was bent over and kissing both Lidia, the supervisor, and another coworker who was given, who was giving the services as well. So it's just okay, great. So we were heavy into a threesome when everyone came back from a smoke break. The employee ran outside to gather herself after stumbling into the scene. When she went back inside to get her guacamole bowl, she found perhaps the most upsetting part of the whole scene, as Adriana was vomiting into it. Oh, dude. So not only is Supervisor Lidia and an employee and his wife bent over booth number 7 with a solid, chalupa threesome going on, you've got Adriana vomiting in the bowl of guacamole. Isn't that fun? After the ill-fated evening, the employee reported to her coworkers to HR, leading to their termination from the company. It wasn't long, though, before she began to face backlash for her actions, as she faced threats and had her car window shattered by a friend of one of the fired employees. So a member of the Eiffel Tower threesome inside of the Taco Bell holiday party was so upset that they lost their job at Taco Bell for having a threesome inside of it. So they smashed her car. Okay, they smashed her car window. I like it, dude. That's the kind of attitude you need when going into the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's crazy. She claims that Taco Bell and the franchise violated anti-discrimination law because they did nothing about these threats and instead told her that they were transferring her to a new location rather than disciplining the employees who threatened her. Damn, bitches. She was forced to quit her job and suffered actual consequential and incidental financial losses as a result. Oh, well, of course she did. Because with the mental strain of all the threats and the window shattering and just the mental thought of walking into your place of work where a threesome is happening between your supervisor and a few other coworkers is just bad enough. And so now you can't work anymore. And so you have to file for unemployment. And that's what we're including in the lawsuit. I like it. I like it a lot, dude. It's a good claim. And they covered the cameras with wrapping paper. So there's, real evidence of what happening. I love it. I like it. We should all do this at one point in our lives. We should all make this claim of what she saw and then see how much money we can get out of the settlement from the corporation. Taco Bell shared I'm just joking. Taco Bell shared their concerns about the incident on the ongoing lawsuit in a statement. While we don't own or manage this location, the franchise who owns and operates the restaurant has shared that they take these claims very seriously. Okay, great. So the same statement they give for every problem that comes out of the restaurant. They may have lost their jobs, but the former employees might have been a good example of what it means to live Moss. Listen, you can't make this stuff up. Listen, if you don't attend an orgy at a Taco Bell at an after hours party once or twice in your life, are you really living? Like, what are we doing having orgies at the Taco Bell? I know for a lot of you females, it sounds appealing. Like, it sounds like something that we would want to do for one, if not many of my listeners' OnlyFans pages. This may or may not be your chance at virality here, people. If you know someone who knows someone who not only works at Taco Bell, but has a friend and or is an OnlyFans model, I strongly suggest you figure out where the blind spots are in your location, or turn the cameras off, or cover them up one night and have a Taco Bell themed orgy in the restaurant after hours and put it on your OnlyFans, and I guarantee you it's an instant success. Forget about financials anymore. It'll be taken care of. You can quit your job at Taco Bell because you just fucked yourself out of one. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Levi McCurdy. This has been another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. Please, if you haven't done so already, check out our back catalog at wadpod.com/YouTube. You can subscribe there, hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat during Clipmas. We're releasing a new clip for the podcast, new, old, current, ongoing, future episodes coming soon, maybe guest announcements, whatever the clip may be. You're going to enjoy it each and every time. I know I did making them and recording them because that's why I do this every single week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, you can go to wadpod.com/Apple, /Spotify, /YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, / whatever you can think of. Visible, 17 hats. All of the links are in the description down below. Everything you need is there. If you need to find something on the quick, wadpod.com /links. This is going to be the first of many of our holiday episodes. Thank you guys so much. Let me know what you think about the backdrop. Let me know what you think about the redecorating, the theme, the Christmas vacation. What part are we at? Dinner? What a great, the cat destroys the tree. Love it. We need a new tree. Like, it's a classic. It'll be on 24/7 here in the studio. Maybe I'll switch it up. If someone leaves a comment that has nothing to do with me being insufferable or annoying or female or the voice or whatever, leave me an actual comment with your favorite Christmas movie or something that you would like to see running in the background this holiday season. And if I can get my hands on them loaded up on the iPad, I'll see what I can do as far as switching it up. And maybe I'll put your movie in the background of an episode if the one person listening actually follows through and does it. So thank you for watching. It's another episode. Be on the lookout for a review for this microphone. Shout out to our friends at Tone Tailors. You'll find them linked down in the description below. You can get one just like this. It's amazing. I love it so far. Full review coming soon. I'll see you guys next week. Next Monday, we're popping off. It's the What Are We Doing podcast. Peace out, everybody. This is the What Are We Doing podcast.